So apparently you have to read something before this next TikTok that we show.
Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. So I stumbled into because it came up on Amazon and I was like, what is this?
Right.
And then I watched about 5 minutes of it and I went,
Right.
no, 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 no.
No. No.
And I like really want to watch it, but I don't want to watch it at the same time.
Okay.
So,
well, why don't you want to watch it? Is it because of the disclaimer? Like, did the disclaimer scare the crap out of you? Because I read that disclaimer. Excuse me, it scared the crap out of me.
So it's a movie called Antrim. Rumored to have been a lost, like a lost horror movie, like cursed film.
Okay, now is this lost footage like Blair Witch, or is this like, oops, the movie fell into a pond?
Like in 1970, it was aired and it did some bad stuff, and they like got rid of it.
Sort of like a Ouija board. Sort of like a Ouija board. It's like if the Ouija board were a movie.
Right. Antrum appears as a cursed film from the 1970s. Viewers are warned to proceed with caution. It's said to be a story about a young boy and girl who enters the forest to save the soul of their recently deceased pet. The journey to Antrum, the very spot where the devil landed after being cast down from heaven, is where the children starts digging a hole to hell.
Oh, great. So now we have a TikTok to watch, correct? Or
we do. Here, let me read the legal notice.
Oh, yeah, please read the legal notice.
So
and yeah.
The legal notice states, by continuing to watch this film, you agree that the producers of this film have made you aware of the history and dangers associated with Antrim. The producers, distributors, cast, crew, unions, theater management on all levels are released of all liability for any event that occurs to you during or after your screening, including but not limited to illness, injury, mortal danger, or death. If you disagree in any way with this notice, you must leave the theater now.
Okay, so before are we watching the TikTok first, or are we watching the YouTube
Watch
first?
the TikToks, because there's 3 of them, and they pretty much tell you exactly what I say, and then we'll watch the trailer.
That works. And what I was going to say is, this reminds me of the 50s scare tactics. Have you ever heard of that by any chance?
Like Last House on the Left.
Yeah. But where I'm going with it is that, like, movie theaters, to get more people into the theater, would do... Okay, so they had a rain system where rain would come down. They had electrical seats. Did you ever hear about that one? And what they would do is, with the electrical seats was interesting. They wouldn't wire up all the seats because that was like too much work. They'd wire up like 4 or 5. So if you were accidentally in the wrong seat when this certain scene would come up, they'd hit the buzzer and you get jolted. And that was common in the 50s when nobody really cared about people getting killed. I mean, like, if you ever want to see something interesting and you're a kid and you're watching this, you're like, what are these people talking about? Look up 50s, and actually before the 50s as well, but look up 50s amusement park rides. They are very much close to a torture device that you actually paid money to get onto. So let's get to these TikToks, though, because this is hilarious.
This movie is considered the deadliest film in the world. It's believed that there are subliminal messages in this movie that give evil forces access to anyone who watches it. At one of the first showings of this movie, the theater burned down and killed 59 people. There was no known cause of the fire, but everything was damaged except for the roll of film. The film was also given to different film festivals, but it never ended up making it in any of them because everyone who reviewed the film ended up suffering a horrific accident and dying less than 24 hours later. The original film was lost, but then someone discovered a copy and made a remake of the film in 2018. Just pause and read this warning that appears before the film starts.
Which I read.
This movie is
This is the deadliest film in the world. Stick around to the end if you want to hear something crazy. The film is called Antrim, and it is thought to have been made around the 1970s, and it tells the story of a sister and a brother who lost their pet dog and try to dig their way to hell to get their dog's soul back. Now, the reason I and so many other people believe that this film is cursed is because when it was first aired in 1988...
I have to pause it. Dude, the
premise of the story is horrible. Yes, I know.
It's hilarious. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I doubt that you did this, but people would be like, well, you can dig your way to China.
Yeah,
no,
I get that.
No, you can't. But, I mean, I remember spending a full day out in my front yard trying to see how far down I could get. Luckily, I wasn't good at it, so I didn't end up trapping myself. But let's get back to
a theater in Budapest. The theater actually burnt down to the ground, killing 50...
I love the way he doesn't say theater. He says theater.
Yeah, and I was going to bring up something today. Have you seen the whole series of... Remember the 1/4 TSP girl from the show like 4 or 5 ago?
Yes.
So there's a whole series of what I would call mispronunciation videos, and I think it's the Polly B. I think that's her name. They're killing her. They are killing her. So I'm going to play this, and while it's playing, I'm going to pull up a word.
Along with this elusive cult film taking the lives of 59 people, it was also submitted to various video festivals in which it was denied any playtime. But people and programmers from those festivals actually died unexpectedly. The creators of the film even say that there are secrets hidden inside of it, but the viewers are taking a risk at losing their lives. Now, what I wanted to tell you is that this film is out there and available to watch. The question is, are you going to watch it?
Hell no.
No, and I want to.
No.
I really want to.
I really want to. Okay, so speaking of mispronunciations, can you read what's on the screen? Can you see that word? It's not that big. I'm going to try to make it bigger.
Jordache?
So, yeah, there we go. So, got to find that TikTok. Jordache. Yeah, Jordache. That's what the girl said. Jordache. It almost put Polly B in the grave. I'm just saying. So, next on this.
So last night I saw a video on my For You page of a girl saying she was about to watch Antrim, which is supposed to be a movie that has made people die within the next 24 hours after they watched it.
So I called her and I said, don't. And she watched it anyway. And I'm going to a funeral next week. Sorry, I was just finishing her TikTok because that's what it sounded like it was going to happen.
I commented on her video saying that I had just finished watching it, and a lot of you responded to my comment, and I've been commenting on my recent videos asking if I'm still alive. So yes, to answer your question, I am still alive, and I'm going to try to answer some questions that you guys had about the movie. So the movie itself is kind of creepy. It's not like super scary, but the reason that people think that it's cursed is because everybody like in history who has watched it has...
Why do you think it's cursed? I think it's cursed because all of the crap that happened. Movie theaters burning down. 100%. It's like Poltergeist. You know the stuff behind Poltergeist, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, and you and I like lived in California, and Poltergeist basically was
I drove by the house.
Right, and it was
San Bernardino.
Right, and it was based on a semi-true story where they literally did build an entire community on top of an Indian burial site. And not a good idea.
Has died in the next 24 hours after they watched the movie. And supposedly throughout the movie, there's like a subliminal audio message, like a chant kind of, that
you will die, kill yourself. Sorry.
That summons a demon
reminded me of the Birds
while you're watching the movie, which is thought to be what caused the people to like die of like random causes.
This just brings up every weird, like, creepy movie. Have you ever seen The Hills Have Eyes 1 and 2?
Yes.
Those are some of the creepiest films I've ever watched.
100%.
And you know what's even creepier about them? They're based on true events. Like, that stuff actually happens where people are driving through certain parts of, and I'm not going to say where in America, so I don't offend anybody, but the people in those areas don't live by the rules that you and I have.
No, they don't. They
don't wear masks on pandemics. I'll just say that.
Some people who watched it died of like seizures and natural causes, and other people just died like of freak accidents. But I'm not dead yet. If you guys want, I'll keep y'all updated. If I don't update by tomorrow.
Keyword, yet.
So you'll know that I'm like dead, but I don't think.
I don't think.
I like all things creepy, and
Yeah, you love the creepy. Like that's your thing, dude. We've talked about that before. I am not into it.
Even like I'm one of those types of people that are like, hey, I go to a party and someone's like, try this drug, it's amazing. And I'm like, what's it do? And they're like, oh,
it's good. It's the good one.
You can get addicted to it. And then I'm looking at the guy in the corner, like all strung out. I'm like, no, I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm fine.
I'm
like,
good.
I'm great. What is that? Heroin? No. I'm leaving. I didn't know it was this kind of party. I'm out.
I'm out. I'm totally and completely out.
Anything that says like that could change my life forever, or I might die.
Damage you. Yeah, permanently damage you. You will never ever be the same. Yeah,
professor, for your birthday, you could jump out of a plane with a parachute. No, I'm okay. I'm not doing it. No.
So it's funny. You went over 3 things and 4 or 5 things popped into my head. The number one that popped in when you talked about parachutes were squirrel suits. Have you heard of squirrel suits?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've seen those guys through the mountains and nope. Not
every guy
it.
that's a professional squirrel suit, professional squirrel suit people, a high percentage die. Like it's not even like, okay, so accidents and stuff like that. We go drive. You drive every day to work. I drive places, and our percentage of dying. Let's go crazy. Knocking on wood. 5%. We have 5% chance of dying every time we go out. Like these guys have like a 70 to 80% chance of dying. Now, when squirrel suits were originally designed, they would be in the open air and they'd be like, "Hey, this is fun." And then somebody said, "You know, it's not fun enough. I think what we need to do is fly next to mountains." And I think we need to fly through like big things in China, like these big like landmarks in China. So they did. And eventually, like most of them, shockingly, they hit mountains, they hit these big landmarks. They just don't survive. So it's kind of, and that's what came up.
Yeah.
That was the first.
They're like,
no,
hey, climb way up there and jump into the water. Woo. No, I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm fine. I don't need to do that.
Well, the other one that came to mind was how people figure out how to do specific drugs. Meaning that, like who's the guy that was like, okay, I'm going to lick the back of a frog? Because that like, was he just like sitting around going, oh, that frog looks tasty, I think I'll lick it? Like, how did that come about? Because that's a thing.
He must have been on ecstasy, and he was like, hey.
My personal favorite was the drug companies. So the drug companies, in their infinite wisdom, said, we're going to create a drug that time releases. And this is specifically Oxycontin. Oxycontin is a time-released drug. So addicts, what they did was, oh, well, I don't want it time released. I'm going to crush it up and snort it.
Yes.
How is the drug manufacturer to know that this kind of level of insanity is going to happen? Like, that's the way I look at it. Like, oof, we got to get to this movie. This movie's scary. This movie is scary. And we're going to watch this. Are we going to survive till tomorrow?
Yeah,
that's
I've
my
seen
question.
The trailer. I saw it a while ago.
Yeah, but you got sick over the weekend. Remember?
Yeah, but I've seen this trailer before. I think it's talking. I can't hear it.
And it had to be 56 people, didn't it?
Yeah.
I turned it down a little so we could talk over top of it. Yeah.
Oh, I can't hear it. It explains a lot because it goes through this. Oh,
you can't hear the audio at all?
Uh-uh.
Okay, you be quiet. I'll be quiet. Give me a second. Let me see what happens. Okay, it's not coming through. Give me 1 second. Welcome to a live show, everybody.
I mean, that's just, it is what it is.
No. I have this system set up.
I will just let you guys know, I started this movie, and for about 15 minutes, they do a documentary, and it has a whole bunch of filmmakers and stuff that talk about this film. Okay, and then it gets to that warning, and I was like, I'm out. No, I'm good. I don't need to watch anymore.
Okay, so that's...
In 1988...
Ooh, now it's got an echo. Can you hear it, though?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay, you can hear it now.
Killing
good.
56 people who were watching film.
Yeah, no.
No. And you're into scary and creepy, unlike me.
I love scary.
The film it was screening was called
Zamboni for everybody that doesn't know what's happening on the screen. Zamboni.
It's a disturbing story.
It's a disturbing
it's
story.
The holy grail of underground cult films that no one has seen.
It makes people very nervous.
Except for a handful of film festival programmers who
that were stupid enough to show it.
People say that the film is cursed or possessed.
I felt very different watching that film.
Oh my god, I'm sorry about spitting on the microphone, everybody.
It's okay.
I felt very different.
Yeah, you became pixelated.
Carpenter's TV movie Cigarette Burns, all about movies that kill people, but Antrim is that movie.
I've watched torture and death films before, but this was something different.
This actually.
Theater in Budapest burned down. Then there was the riot in Trampling.
Riot.
Because I had heard the rumors. There's a lot of rumors around this.
A lot of rumors, burning down the theaters and riots.
Fire.
I mean, why do people go to horror movies?
To be scared out of your brain. Yes.
Right, but horror movies don't kill the people. I watch them.
Beyond being scared,
something could.
I watch them. I know.
Forever.
Right.
Dude,
you don't leave the movie theater with something with you.
Clearly, the documentary Ring has a completely different spin on it.
Breakdown. Why the hell did someone do that?
No.
By the way, that was a joke documentary. Not true.
It went from angelic to demonic.
I mean, that's what happens when people watch this film. They're going to be vulnerable to the devil.
There are dark elements in music, dark elements in film that can cause people to do things that they might otherwise not do.
I'm good.
Things are happening to people who are watching it.
I'm out.
Or it could be just a coincidence.
Oh, it's just,
Some people don't think it exists. Some people claim to have seen it and lived. And now apparently
some people claim they lived.
Found it.
Yeah, we found it, dude. So, we're gonna watch it together. Not.
And we're gonna remake it. You know what this reminds me of? No, we changed it. I fixed it. Yep. Professor says that in a second. And wait for it. Wait for it.
You better watch it with somebody else.
And where is it? Where's that disclaimer?
Yeah, no, it's not there.
Oh, okay, got it.
Oh my god. So
no thanks.
I'm all about I saw a couple other previews and I saw some scenes of it and I was like, it looks like the cabinet of Dr. Moreau. Like those old I
remember
movies where they have piano playing and then it's just clay stuff on the screen and they actually made the set look like hell and I was like, oh my gosh, this looks awesome. I would love this. It's right up my alley with it. But then I'm not watching it because what it does to people. I'm just good.
Thank you for watching this segment of the TP Show. Please like, subscribe and hit that bell notification so you know when we post. We are also on Spotify so you can listen to us on the road. Until next time, this has been another episode of the TP Show.